Speaker Mike Johnson is still House Speaker. Marjorie Taylor Greene made good on her threat yesterday and forced a vote that could have ousted the Republican Speaker, but the House voted overwhelmingly to stop that in its tracks last night. 163 Democrats joining with most Republicans to sink that motion to vacate, as it's called. Greene's move was met with instant opposition from most of her Republican colleagues and sparking calls for consequences now.
I think that there needs to be accountability. I don't think people should be, some people here think they're more important than everyone else. They are not. I think that taking action that truly undermines the conference in Congress should come with a degree of accountability, which may well be removal from certain committees.
Do you think Majorie Taylor Greene should be punished? One dumpster fire at a time. Let's take care of the motion to vacate, and then we can worry about whatever comes next.
One dumpster fire at a time. Quite the statement about so much. Joining us right now to talk more about all of it is Republican Congressman from New York, Mike Lawler. Thank you so much, Congressman, for coming on. I heard Dusty Johnson say that yesterday, and I wrote it down in my book. You also had choice words for Marjorie Taylor Greene yesterday about all of this. Do you think she, Thomas Massie, Chip Roy, that they should face punishment by the conference for this?
I do. Obviously it is destructive to the majority. It undermines our ability to govern. The American people elected us to serve as a check and balance on the disaster that is the Biden administration, including the policy announcement that we heard last night on your network. And so, by doing stunts like this, all it does is slow down our ability to do the work we were elected to do. I think, Chip Roy and Thomas Massie both serve on the Rules Committee. They should be immediately removed from that committee. You're not entitled to that committee. You're not there to represent yourself. You're there to do the work of the majority. And I think there should be consequences here.
What do you think what does punishment look like for Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Look, I said going back to when Matt Gaetz and the 7 Useful Idiots teamed up to remove Kevin McCarthy, that there needed to be consequences, and the failure to have that would allow this kind of nonsense to continue. And obviously that's borne true. I believe the conference needs to consider removal from committee.
To that point, Greene tweeted this. Being kicked off committees is nothing new for me. Badge of honor, don't threaten me with a good time. Thomas Massie, defending himself for standing with Greene, wrote this. I have some sympathy toward our colleagues who are lashing out at us right now because they're going to go home to take an ass whipping from their base because they voted wrong here tonight. To that you say what?
It's delusional. The reality is, for all the things that they talk about wanting to accomplish, the reason that they're unable to accomplish anything is because they're incapable of working as a team and incapable of negotiating. Look, anybody who's been married understands you have to find compromise. Some of us clearly are better at it than others. But the reality is you're never going to get everything you want in a divided government. Speaker Johnson has done a very effective job in the last month and a half getting the appropriations work passed, getting FISA reauthorized, getting the supplemental aid package to our allies, including Israel, passed, and the FAA reauthorization is coming up next week. So we are doing the work that we're supposed to do. Obviously, I get my colleagues would like some more conservative wins, but guess what? The reason that the Speaker is weakened in his negotiation is because of their inability to compromise and work as a team and as a conference. So they have nobody to blame but themselves. And frankly, my voters appreciate the fact that I offer a voice of sanity in a sea of chaos. So my voters are not going to be upset with my vote. In fact, my voters think these two are idiots.
Let me change focus if we can. You mentioned policy announcement, as you call it, from Joe Biden last night. Speaking to Aaron Burnett,